Happy Sunday!
Sunday fun day!
Yes, Sunday fun day, and you guys are coming along with us.
Yes.
We are on our way to church. We're on our way to church, and we just thought it would be fun to bring you guys along for that. We'll take you around our day today. Sundays are busy days for us, but you can see, you know, a little into our routine and what we do. Huh?
There was a dog hanging out the window, so I was like, hey dog, hey dog.
So you can get a little peek into our Sunday routine. We run errands. Obviously, we go to church. We just mentioned that. We go out to lunch, all that. So we will save the best for last. Let us know where you guys go to church. Where is your home church? Where are you from?
All right.
Comment down below with that. And of course, like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep reminding you until you do it, okay? We are persistent. We do not give up.
Okay.
Yep. The Lord says run the race with perseverance. So that's
right.
what we're going to do.
We're going to do it.
So yeah, let us know where your home church is, though. Where are you guys from? What state are you living in?
Yes, that is awesome. Want to know too? Link, put all your comments down below so we can read them. Love to respond to you guys. You guys have a beautiful day where you're at. So, you know, be blessed and have a wonderful day with your family, whatever you're doing for today, or your family, the kids and stuff. So it's important.
We will catch you all later.
Peace.
But with the knowledge, information, understanding, revelation that we do have, for a moment I just want you to receive the love that He has for you. I need you to hear me. There's nothing that you've done that has separated you from His love. Somebody needs to hear that, because you feel so far away from Him. You feel so far gone. You feel like what you've done is too much for anyone to forgive you. And I'm telling you, He loves you. And He wants you to know, no matter how far you run, He'll chase after you. No matter how long you've been away, as soon as you turn back to Him, He'll welcome you with open arms. There is nothing like the love of your Heavenly Father. I command you to love each other in the same way that I love you. Ooh, man, because there are some things that you have done in your relationship with God, that if His standards were like ours, His patience would have ran out. But God is so good that He says, my love never stops chasing, never stops hoping, never stops believing the best in you. Men and women, we have to learn how to communicate to each other. If you're dating someone and the intention when you get married is to stay alive and not die, you are not ready for marriage. Because I understand every single day that I wake up, I have to die to myself. Marriage is a sign to everyone else that I have found the one person I am committed to sacrificing my life for the rest of my life. If you're not ready to do that, you don't need to get married. If your intentions for getting married is to get your needs met and to get taken care of, stay single. Hold on before you clap. We got some more toes to step on. If you think getting married is going to change your loneliness, listen to all these married folks. You hear a single person saying, amen, Pastor. They all married telling you that. If you think it's going to change your loneliness, stay single. Guess what? Because you're married, it does not change your loneliness. Only God can change that. you're married or if you're single, there are 2 vows that you have to commit to yourself. The first one is this, the vow of priority. And the second one is the vow of pursuit. If you're single, the vow of priority is this. You prioritize God above everything and everyone else. Instead of looking, begin to ask God to build in you who it is he wants you to be, so that when you find whoever it is that God desires for you, you are who they need you to be, and you are who they desire you to be. Again, let me tell you what love is. Love is defined by me as a response to understanding the value of something or someone. And the more I find value in something, the more endeared I am to feel the need to take care of and protect what it is that I see as I love. I want you to stand to your feet right now.
Yes.
Sundays are always good days.
Yes.
They're the little start, the encouragement for the week, the little booster that we need before we head into all the craziness of the world.
The craziness of the world.
And work.
Yes.
And everyday life.
So we decided we're gonna go get something to eat because I'm hungry too, and you don't want to see me when I'm not hungry because I want to eat everything. I guess we can say that.
Yep.
But we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. We'll go over service. We'll tell you more about what's going on and things that are happening. But we'll see you soon.
Guys, we decided where we're gonna eat lunch.
We're at Culver's. Keep it a little low because people probably wondering what are we doing.
I'm coming here like we're famous YouTubers.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is yours. Is there anything else for?
Can I just get some ranch, please? When you get a
I'll be
chance?
right
Yeah.
back.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
This is what we got. So we're about to eat Culver's. Just want to let you know we picked our spot. Well,
Yes.
she actually picked it because she was like, maybe I'm thinking of Culver's. And I was like, maybe I was thinking burritos. And she was like, no, maybe we should do this. So I was like, maybe I don't know. And then she was like, yeah, maybe we should go. And then I was like, maybe okay, let's go. So we chose
Just
it.
like that.
So,
They have good burgers. If
Yes.
you've never eaten at Culver's, it's like a Midwest restaurant, but it came to the South. So
Yes.
look at this juicy, delicious burger.
Man, I'll show my burger.
Just saying.
Trying to take my burger.
I'm very excited and I'm very hungry, so we're gonna have to peace out here. Say the blessing and
Say the blessings. All right,
Let's
talk to you soon. Live in effect.
live in the flesh.
So, we went to church today, and we actually got some good stuff from church today. Definitely the service was awesome. But we're going to share a little bit what went on today and how we actually want to let you guys know how we implement it in our lives.
What
and,
stuck out to us
And what
too.
stuck out, yes.
And then of course get your feedback too. Comment if anything sticks out to you. So we are going to just share, I wrote down some points, so I'm gonna be looking down at my phone, but I wrote down some points from the service and we're just gonna discuss them, what stuck out to us, and go from there.
Yeah,
so,
sounds good. Let's do this.
So
It's about to get real thick. It's about to get real serious.
So the first thing I wrote down is
Let's hear it.
love. Well, first of all, let's tell you what the service is about.
Yes.
He was speaking about relationships
Yeah.
and how to love each other well,
Right.
and love each other more as God loves us, which is huge in relationships, is imaging God, because the more you image God and love each other that way,
Right.
the more you try to be like God, the better you're going to love each other. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So the first thing I wrote down is he said, love is not a feeling, but love is the response to understanding the value of someone, which I thought was huge. I know love is not a feeling. I've never really had that belief. But the fact that he said it's actually a response when you understand the value of something. So love is what, that's literally how you act after you understand the value of who you have in your life. And that's with any relationship. It could be even boyfriend and girlfriend or brother and sister. But the point is, love is that response that comes up out of you when you see the value of that person.
Right. That's true. So you basically want to love somebody like you love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, you have to model and image God, right? Because he's perfect love, right? So that's the perfect love. So we want to model. He's the best example, the best role model we can take and use that from, because nobody here on earth has that perfect love but God, right? So we take that role model, and then what we do is we image that down to the next person. So it's our spouse, our kids. So that's important, especially when you're in Christian dating too, right? You want to make sure you're going into this to help the other person, right? It's not your own selfish gain, right? It's there to help the other person, to be there for the other person, to show that love. So now when you both do that, you guys are both killing it that way, right? You're both knocking it out, because now doing a service for each other, right?
Right. The next one is, he said we should not let feelings lead our life. And he was piggybacking off of that first point, but that love is not a feeling. So if you're letting your feelings lead your life, you're going to be all over the place. You wake up feeling a different way every day. You could feel moody, you could feel happy, you could feel whatever, depressed. Your feelings are all, yeah, that's not good. But your feelings are just so up and down. So if you're loving someone based on how you feel, your love is not going to be consistent.
Right.
And
That's
you
true.
want, even on the hard days, your love has to stay at a certain level. You have to choose to keep that response, not that feeling, that response.
Right. That's good.
And then he also said that love will not make your marriage last, but knowledge and understanding of how to love the person you're with will. So everybody, and he made the point that everybody thinks love is what's going to keep our marriage alive or together and good. And it's really not. And that kind of hit me, because I had never really thought of it that way. I guess I kind of thought all you need is, God, of course, but love. But you actually have to, his point with that was, you have to love the other person as they want to be loved, because everyone, this kind of goes back to the love languages. I don't know if you guys have heard about that or not, but loving people as they want to be loved, because how I receive love and how I feel loved is not how he receives love or feels love. For example, I'm a words person. I like to hear the words of affirmation. And if he's an acts of service kind of person, I can tell him all day long how great he is, but that's not speaking love to him, because that's not how he receives it. And so we have to figure out each other and communicate how we receive love, and then give each other the love that way.
Right, in their specific language, right? So they can receive it, and that's awesome, right? And this doesn't also mean this is for married couples. This is for everybody, right? This is for dating, Christian couples that are dating, or, people out there who are single waiting on somebody.
Right.
You start preparing yourself now. Once again, he also said that we prepare ourselves now, because God is not going to help us through the part where he's like, you know what you need to do, right? You know who you need to example and model, which is him. But he says you got to do your part. So your part is you got to prepare yourself, singles. If you're trying to prepare yourself and you want to meet that person, now you're getting well prepared. So when you get into that point, now you're imaging God, and you're going, you're looking for him, and you're calling on God. So now he's showing you how to do this and showing you how to walk with him. And now you're able to do this so easily once you get into that relationship. So you're preparing yourself at that point, which is so powerful. So that's what makes a difference in this whole situation. You have to understand that it's going to be key. Start doing the work now, so you can understand it and have it prepared. So when you walk into that and God places that person there, you're already ready for it.
Exactly.
That's going to be good.
Do you want respect? Then start respecting people. Do you want encouragement? Then be an encouraging person. It's you literally go out and act however you want to be treated, right? The good old saying, do to others as you would have them do to you. That definitely applies in relationships, and dating and marriage and all of that.
Right.
One thing he touched on too, he said there is a difference in being single and being by yourself. So this is more for if you are single, but the point he was making
I'm not
with
single.
that.
I don't know about you, but I'm not single.
We are not single.
Yeah. Yeah.
The point he was making with that is that if you are not content with it being you and Jesus, then when another person comes into your life, if you're depending on them to fill that loneliness or that gap, you're going to end up dissatisfied. So before you get into a relationship, make sure that you are okay with you and God first and who you are. And obviously, as he just said, using that time to prepare. But you cannot depend on another human being to bring you fulfillment and satisfaction. And that is something.
And I was just going to say, it's so true. Don't even do it to yourself, because you're going to fail and you're going to regret it, and you're going to be in a situation where you're like, man, I shouldn't have did that, right? So know that the only true love is going to come from God. You have to be with him. And how do I say this? You got to be not united, but you got to be, you're obviously united, but connected, yes. You got to be so connected with God that no matter what, your relationship with you and God is key. Okay, nothing can break that. Nothing can, turn that or mess that up. It's key to have that relationship, because if not, when you go out there and you're expecting that love from somebody else, you're gonna get let down. I promise you, it's gonna happen. You just gotta know not to expect that from somebody that only God can fulfill. He's the only one that can fulfill that love. He's the only one that's gonna reciprocate that love. He's the only one that's not gonna let you down. So be aware of that. So if you keep that in mind, that's something that came to me.
Yeah, and on that note too, it's just being, once again, the stronger your relationship with God is on your own, the stronger your relationship with another person will be. If your relationship with God is lacking, because he is the perfect example of love, if you're not even close to being connected with God, your relationship with another human is going to, I would say, experience disappointment more than it has to.
Right.
And discouragement. You're going to run into that more often. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, but it does mean that you are going to know how to navigate it better the closer you are to God. You're going to know how to navigate those things together. You'll walk through them together. And the other thing is too, on that note, you both have to be united with God. It doesn't work when one is, right? Because if that other person is not on the same page as you are with God, it's as he says, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
I'm just saying, it's so important.
Yeah.
So if you are in that season of singleness, and I know this is easier said than done, because we all want to find that.
Stay and work on yourself first.
Right, but we want to find that person, of course, but until that happens, make sure that you're getting as close to healthy level, what am I trying to say? As close to a healthy level with God as you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Work on yourself, you and God. Just work on you and God.
Yes. The next point I wrote down is he said, the next point that I wrote down was the vow of priority and the vow of pursuit. And so his point was that you have to prioritize and pursue God first, and then you will not have an issue prioritizing and pursuing the person you are with. It'll come naturally.
Yes, that's right. And that's the natural feel, right? Because you already know how to do this now. So it's not something like you're trying to figure out or work out.
Right.
It's already.
Once again, God is the perfect example of love, and so the more you get closer to him, the more you'll image him in your relationship.
Now you're not doing it out of self-will.
Mm-hmm.
Like, meaning I'm not trying to force it. It's already flowing.
Exactly.
It's naturally flowing. And I'm not even realizing it because it's automatically going, right?
Right.
When you force it, you're constantly thinking about it. Now you're like, oh, I got to do this, or oh, I got to do that. But when you're not, you're automatically doing things, right? And then that person's noticing. So that's just freely flowing because you're just doing it because that's what you've been doing with God the whole time, right?
Right.
So now it's just like, oh, I'm doing this out of love. I'm doing this out of love. And then you start catching it. You're like, like sometimes you'll catch it and be like, man, I remember I never used to do that. Look at what I'm doing. That's awesome. That was God. You see?
And like we talked about too, we touched on this before we started filming, but he takes away the selfishness, because our number one tendency as a human being is to be selfish in our relationships. And the more you pursue God, the less selfish you are, which is a huge key to a successful relationship.
Yes, less selfishness. You ain't worried about you and your own intentions, which your own intentions is going to get you messed up.
Mm-hmm.
We all been there. I've been there. Everybody's been there, right? So just got to know that's not what you're in it for. You got to make sure I'm in it for her well-being, and I want to make sure she's happy and she's good, because God is my first connect, and with him you know, he wants to make sure I'm happy and I'm good, so that we can, you know, pass it down. It trickles down.
Exactly.
So that's important.
It's all just about imaging God when it boils down into it. And I think that's why the world suffers so much in relationships, because unfortunately
Lack
they
of
don't have God in their lives.
Right.
And that doesn't mean you're going to be perfect in your relationships,
Right.
but like I said earlier, it's just going to help you navigate those hard times so much better and
Right.
easier, because you're going to have the very best understanding of how God intended things and how he designed things is the way things are supposed to function. And when you derail off of that, it messes things up.
Also remember that you have to put the work in. The work cannot be done if you're not putting it in. This is just like anything. Everything starts with work. It's not like, oh, what do I do now? How do I do this? Oh man, this is weird. This is awkward. I'm not used to this. Oh, this is, and I gotta go see her again. I want to spend time with her again. Oh, brother. You know, no, it's gonna be like, yeah, I want to spend time with her because this is what I'm supposed to do. Same time I spend time with God. This is what I'm supposed to do. I spend time with God. I'm fellowship with him. I'm looking for him. I'm talking to him. It's fellowshipping with her, looking for her, talking to her, spend time with her. It makes sense to me. It makes perfect sense. Spend time with God. He's the number one. Number two is her, and then she comes, and then it just trickles down, and you just do this with everything. You do it with your kids, you do it with your family, and it just trickles down. It's like, yeah, pretty simple.
A ripple effect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Constant weight.
So we just wanted to share that with you guys. We hope it's an encouragement.
Yes.
And if you have any examples of how you pursue God,
Yes.
or each other, or how you have learned to love each other well
Of
or better,
recommendations,
obviously, definitely comment below.
Yes.
Give any tips for the singles or the marrieds. We want to hear it all. So.
And also let us know where you go to church, where
Yes.
you guys go to church at,
Yep.
how long you've been in church, you know, just give us feedback.
Yep.
And that's awesome. So, you know, if there's anything you want us to come up with, any topics you want us to speak about, let us know. We can speak
Yes.
about topics.
Mhm.
And then
We're always open to ideas.
Yes. So let us know if there's anything you might recommend or you want to hear from, so we can help out and we can address those.
Yep. And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
One more time. Get it. Hear it one more time. Like and subscribe.
Yes. And then hit those notification bells.
Yep.
So definitely we can come out with new content. You know when we're coming out. And we love you guys. Stay blessed. You have a blessed day.
Yep. We will catch you next time.
Peace.